Okay, so I told Johnny was here, and I was like, dude, can we go look at my wheat field across from my house, because I have raised wheat my whole life. Our family's raised wheat, and I still feel like I have so much to learn about wheat. It's the crop. It's kind of the forgotten crop, because now focus is turning towards corn and beans as spring is here, planting.
Yep.
But wheat market the last couple of years has been pretty good, and we have double crop. We plant soybeans right behind the wheat, and so it's with the addition of double crop. Generally, wheat has been put on poor acres in our area, and beans and corn go on good acres. So what I have implemented is putting corn in, following it by wheat, going to double crop soybeans, and getting 3 crops in 2 years.
Okay.
And man, it pencils really well for me on my operation.
Yeah.
I can't say that for everyone, but in our region of Kansas where we're at, and then there are other areas that do it, it seems to be a pretty good plan, especially now that we can insure double crops.
Oh, of course.
Makes a big difference. But I had Johnny here. I'm like, dude, can we go walk some of the wheat, and can you give me your thoughts? Like, he's out here. You were talking about phos.
Yeah.
You can tell phos levels just by looking at a wheat field.
Yeah, it gives you an idea. I mean, we have a lot of cover crops in my area. Okay, so during this time of year, you can see if you have areas that seem like they're getting ahead, and you have certain patches that seem like they're still behind. That tells me how that phos is releasing, because phos is so important for that initial root growth. And now that green up is here, it's which soils are releasing that phos better, and or maybe has the pounds to release as well. So like you were saying, on this field, this top area is pretty darn consistent. Well, we're not seeing spots, but that's a good sign too, because even pulling up plants, things I'm looking for, it's just, first off, I'm looking for white roots, and then also aggregation. So root exudates talk to the the soil biology, which then communicate with the root system. But how you can tell that is how well that soil is sticking to the roots.
But the dirt sticking to the roots, what does that signify? I've never heard that.
Oh, so I mean, at the end of the day, when I'm looking at root systems, definitely when you get to your fibrous root system, so wheat and corn, okay, or sorghum, I'm really looking for dreadlocks. Okay, I want to see dreadlocks coming off of these roots, because that's signifying where that root is connected to that soil piece. I mean, it's even hard to pull off. Okay, that tells me there's a relationship, there's a biological relationship or an exchange of nutrients from the root exudation from the root to the biology, and there's communication going.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, you could have done a totally opposite set of practices, and that can still occur, which is great.
Yeah.
It just signifies this plant does have a connection.
Sure.
Okay.
It means we're not on the wrong track.
Yes.
Doing what we're doing. Sure.
But I mean, I've seen this in fields that have been heavier tillage. I mean, I've seen it in almost every field I go to. I see it. There's just some areas it's not as, how should I say, tight. Yeah, prevalent, or I can just pull it off.
It's really a testament, though, to the power of soil.
Yes.
Biology,
yes.
how much variance and how forgiving it can be.
Well, Mother Nature knows how to fix the mistakes we make over and over again.
Absolutely.
I know one thing you asked, does this field need nitrogen as of today? I mean, there's some yellowing at the very tips, but I don't see a distinct V with it, so I'm not as worried about it.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been a little bit of frost damage. I mean, we know...
We did get severely cold just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so, I mean, as of today, I'm not worried about it, but that's something to keep in mind, that nitrogen is going to go from the bottom up.
Okay.
Okay, so you're out here today. What if, say, you're out here 4 days from now, and it's looking like it's keep crawling up the plant?
Looking at the new growth?
Well, starting from old to new.
Old to new.
Okay, so let's just say this time it's like, this one's the very bottom leaf here.
Okay.
Okay, let's just say in 4 days it starts happening to this leaf.
Okay.
Okay, that's telling me, hey, we need to get things rolling here.
So if this plant stays current, like the yellow just stays a little bit down here, but all the new growth is fine, that means it's probably not a nitrogen issue.
Yeah, because nitrogen is your macronutrient, but it's also, it can move through the plant very well.
Okay.
So since
Sure.
it can move through the plant very well, it's always going to rob from the bottom to serve the top. It's always going to
Gotcha.
go towards new growth there.
Okay.
But it's just kind of one of those cues of like, do I need nitrogen or not?
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
It's just how that progresses on, or when the right time for that side dress or top dress is.
Okay. What else do you see in wheat? Things that easy things that people can pick up.
I would say like during this time of year, just one thing that I'm checking is I'll split the stalk of it, just see
Okay.
what's happening at the growth point. Yeah.
Okay.
So like right now, it's still pearly white right here at that main growing point. Just making sure that anything that is absorbed, there's not like a block in that filter. It's definitely more prevalent in corn, you can see it.
Yes.
But just know when it's pearly white, good things are going.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're digging, finding worms, we're looking at fungi and soil, and looking at old roots, seeing how stuff is breaking down. I mean, there is not a lot of old roots left
No.
on these corn
No.
stalks. So, I don't know. It seems like things are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Now we're going to pull soil tests, make sure that things are at where we'd like to see them. If not, adjust from there, and just let Mother Nature do her thing.
Amen.
So, okay, let's go pull those.
Yep.
Guys, thanks for watching the content so far. We've got a whole lot more on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe there. We put a ton of content on there that's useful and applicable information to help on your farms and day-to-day life. So go ahead, hop over there. If you want more information, check us out there.